Hello guys, so welcome to my video. In this video I will talk about what I learned today. And I started to translate here, from this sentence to here. Okay, there's another national park, Flinders Chase National Park. This park also, most of them, has been fired and scorched. We already learned this word. It means similar with fire. And there are also fears, and in danger. There is a species, some kind of mouse. Its name is Dunart. And this kind of mouse just living in Kangaroo Island. And here, the western parts. There are an intact. We also know this word. There are intact parts, not more and less. It means not that much, and you can understand the South Australia, how the South Australia looks like, and it makes the Southern Australia arc. Here, arc means like a ship. And no, arc means no ship. And retain means include, constant, a real good complement that's species. It means this kind of species, and later we will talk about like Kangaroo Island I showed you. And there's a like mouse like marsupial. I showed this animal's picture in that video, in translating news video. You can check it if you want to see. And glossy black cockatoo, it's kinda papağan. I can say it in Turkish. And there are special bees in this island. Actually, there are comes from Italy. And we know actually quarter of these beehives. Beehive means arı kovanı, has been lost in the bushfires. That's really bad news for us and for that island. And also there are concern. It's about pygmy possums. It's too small mouses. That's kind of small mouses. And there is a brown bandicoot. This is also a different animal living on the island. And here there are like the perish means like destroyed, in flames, in fires, and most of them probably fired in the flames. But if they survived, they already lost their habitats because the fire is big. And then there is a risk for them. The risk is a lack of food, water, and shelter. And even if they are survive, actually we are talking about this kind of mouses. There are feral cats. Feral means vahşi. So if they are survived, these cats can attack them and can predate them. So they can be at risk of cats predation. This is also a risk for these mouses. And the residents means the people living there, living on the island, and the scientists are trying to understand. Fata means understand the scale, extent of the damage on the island. But it's difficult to figure out because some fires are still active, and other parts, if the fires is gone, but it still can be dangerous because at any moment the fire can start again. So people can't investigate deeply for now. Maybe 1 month later we will learn what will happen and the scale of the damage in detail. Now we will talk about TED Talks. In TED Talks, we start to translate new topic, history of chocolate. Actually, it's interesting title for me, and I started to translate here. And there is the interesting information I will share with you. They said before 16th century there is no chocolate. Actually, there is, but that's the difference. In Mesoamerica means Brazil and the Middle America. That's area. People, the native people using chocolate, these beans, cacao beans, and they learned actually here. They learned how to prepare these beans of native cacao tree. And these earliest records tell us they use that's at that time the chocolate is not that sweet. Chocolate is bitter. Invigorating means canlandırıcı, and concoction means karışım. Frothing means like soap, köpürmek. Foam also same meaning, similar meaning. So this is not a sweet mix at that time. And they told actually now we are not using the chocolate. We use chocolate in just desserts, just sweet things, and we drink it like a beverage, maybe. But at those times, at those days, the Mesoamericans using it in different areas. And actually they saw the chocolate cacao as heavenly food, and they think this cacao is a gift from the god, and they believe the feathered and serpent god. And for Maya, that god's name is Kukulkan, and for Aztecs, that god is Quetzalcoatl. So these gods give the people that cacao. So for people, that's the heavenly food. That's the meaningful. So Aztecs used cacao beans like currency, like dollar, Turkish lira, something like that. And they only drink the chocolate at royal feasts. And if the soldiers are successful in the battle, they will give the soldiers as a reward the chocolate. And they also used in their rituals. Like this. I stopped here to translate these TED Talks, and tomorrow I will start from here. So that's all. Actually, that's the interesting information I got. Now we'll talk about hobbies. And we start here. It's a 46th page. Here Bilbo said, in fact, there is no sign on my door. There is no sign. Actually, it's Thorin also. Thorin can say this. If there is no sign on the door, I thought I'm on the wrong house. And when he clapped the eyes on the Bilbo was bobbing and puffing on the mat. And I had my doubts. And he said for Bilbo, he's like a grocer than a burglar, because they want Hobbit to come with them as a burglar, because Hobbit need to steal the really valuable stone from the dragon. So these dwarves need a burglar. But Bobby, our Hobbit is not promising that much. And at that time, the wagons turned the handle and went in that room. The two sides had won. It means the boy, Bilbo at that time likes the adventure, and we know Tuxide is his grand uncle likes adventure, and he had many adventures with Gandalf. We learned it, and he suddenly felt thought fears. He thought if he want to look fierce, he need to go without bed and breakfast, something like that. And it really makes him, almost made him really fierce. And then Buggins part regrets because Buggins part hates adventures, and he said to himself, Bilbo, you are fool, you are idiot, and you walk in this room and you want this adventure. And then say Gandalf, Bilbo again said, I'm sorry if I listened what you were saying. Overheard is kulak misafir olmak here. And he said, I don't pretend to understand what I'm talking about, because they are talking about adventures and your reference to burglars. And Thorin said he looks like a grocer than burglar. So Bilbo didn't understand why Thorin referenced the burglars. So actually he doesn't know his job in this adventure yet. So actually he said, I am believing that you think I am not good. He accepted actually. He accepted he's not really good in this adventure. And then say, I will show you. There is no sign on my door because the Gandalf cleared that. It was painted ago, and then said, probably saying to dwarves, I'm quite sure you have come to the wrong house. I'm not that man you are looking for. As soon as I saw your funny face, and funny face, Bilbo has funny face at the doorstep, near the door means. And then Bilbo said, what, tell me, what do you want to do? If you want, I can go east of east and fight the werewolves. It's actually great creatures. In the movie we can see that many times, and if you watch those video, the Hobbit translation video, I showed the picture of this like this. I can go the last desert and can fight werewolves. The Bilbo said this, and we stopped here. Tomorrow I will start to translate here and 47th page. That's all. See you guys.